ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening scheduled 6 3-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. And now making his way to the ring, PAVOL. And now his opponent making his way to the ring, gorgeous George MITCHEL.
It seemed like we run this town tonight.
For sure. After those four performances we've seen, boxing is definitely running towards tonight. And into the ring came George MITCHEL.
George MITCHEL was 3-0. He's taking on Jan that's 16. Jan's got a lot of experience. George is going to be looking for his 4th win in this fight.
The third man inside the ring in charge of the action, referee being entry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black and silver. His official weight of 12 stones, 4 pounds. Hailing from Slovakia,
PAVOL GARAJ.
PAVOL GARAJ from Slovakia.
Across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing the blue and gray. His official weight of 12 stones back on. He is currently undefeated with 3 wins, and one of those wins coming by a knockout. Hailing from Enfield, North London, United Kingdom, gorgeous
George MITCHEL's got the home crowd tonight. Gonna help him.
Gorgeous George MITCHEL is his name. 3-0, and he's facing off here against
PAVOL.
PAVOL.
We'll learn it. Don't worry.
We'll learn that. PAVOL.
George has got the home crowd advantage,
and he's in shape for sure. He's in that prime boxer shape.
And here we go. First round.
Now, the last 4 fights have definitely lived up to expectations. We've seen 2 brilliant performances. We've seen a knockout in the first round, and we've seen a very close fight in that last 4th fight. The 5th fight, we're halfway through in the Black Box Global Promotion Fight Night, 3rd edition of Boxing Heist, live on Boxing King Media.
And George has come out very confident. He's throwing the shots. He's throwing his hand.
He definitely is. PAVOL looks very strong, though. He looks very strong. He looks like he can take a shot or 2. And George MITCHEL trying to find different shots. It's a brilliant shot, actually, that just got through, rocked the head of PAVOL back.
Nice head shot by George.
I'm very impressed by the angle that George is using. He's coming into
doing like a kind of side angle punch.
Yeah, it's a screw jab. It's like a screw jab. Kind of similar to what we saw in that first round. It seems a little bit more educated, this one. There's a height difference between both fighters. And George is definitely in shape.
He's being very aggressive.
Trying to find those gaps he's already found once or twice already in this first round. Can we have another first round knockout like we did in the 3rd fight?
Who knows? Anything is possible. It's boxing.
This is a middleweight contest. 5 more fights coming up after this. We are halfway through of what has been an excellent night of boxing.
It's been a very exciting night in boxing, and people are still walking through the door.
They are. It really is filled up here. The crowd on their feet watching the boxing, and they're watching gorgeous George Mitchell.
I like how George is staying composed. He's throwing a lot of shots. I don't think Pablo figured him out yet.
Oh, brilliant uppercut there. What a shot from George Mitchell. And now he's on the hunt to stop the fight here.
George is so aggressive. Oh,
he did get caught.
He got caught with that one.
But a wonderful, wonderful uppercut shot there from George Mitchell that again rocked the head back of PAVOL. He's got to be careful though. We saw him land.
PAVOL could be waiting. He could be waiting to set up a nice shot. But I think
we've seen fighters that take a shot to land too, haven't we? Before.
Yeah, we did.
So we've always got to be careful in that ring.
George is no longer the aggressor.
He's flicking between aggressor and just reading the fight, which is a good sign because it shows that he's knowledgeable in the game. You know, he doesn't have to rush his work. And another great
good shot by
there.
George.
Brilliant uppercut and then a left hook to follow up. He looks so comfortable in there dancing
great
around.
Feet work.
Brilliant footwork, and it's a fantastic first opening round for George Mitchell in his 4th outing as a professional fighter.
And we can call that George have that round. It's 1-0.
If you are joining us right now, make sure to share the stream. We've had some brilliant fights on. You know what? Let's pull up some of the comments from the stream. Let's interact with you guys as well and see what you guys are saying back at home.
Going into the second round of the fight. That was a great round from George. Kept his composure. Threw great shots. And now we're going into the round 2.
Round 2 of 4 coming up. And George stalking his opponent. Locked in, eyes locked in, trying to find those openings.
Ooh, great body shot by George.
He's the taller man, he's got the longer reach, and he'll be reaching down to any shot that he can find.
George seemed like he's timing this a little bit more this round. He's taking his time this time. Ooh, like great shot by George. He's got him. He's got him on the ropes.
I was going to say maybe he's timing it because he knows he can find those shots. He knows it'll come with ease, and that's what he's doing here. He catches him with another uppercut, nice. And I think that's kind of rocked PAVOL back.
He's a little dazed.
He's a little bit dazed here, and he gets caught again.
He's got him on the ropes.
This could be the beginning of the end of the fight. Another uppercut.
Nice shot by George.
And George has got him.
He's pounding him. He's pounding him on the rope. He's pounding him.
The shots are going through.
This might be it.
The head's banging backwards. The referee is taking a very, very close look here. And that was an excellent display of shots from George Mitchell.
He was on him.
He was a few shots away from stopping him, but like we said early in the first round, PAVOL looks like a very tough competitor.
PAVOL's bleeding out. I see a little bit of blood on his cheeks.
Little cut there under the left eye of PAVOL. And George going back to a relaxed state. He knows he can find those shots.
Oh.
1-2 there as well.
I won't be surprised if he keep performing like that. The referee stopped the fight. You see the blood dripping off his face.
100%. A few signs of
PAVOL.
What
great
a
left
shot. What a left hook. That was out of nowhere, and it stunned PAVOL.
And he connected clean.
George Mitchell's physique reminded me a little bit of Luke Campbell.
And it's got the common body weight. George is on an attack.
Feeling him out with the jabs, feeling him out upstairs, downstairs, trying to find those angles like he has been finding in these first rounds.
He's got to be careful with that wow hook.
Locked in is George Mitchell. Look at the eyes.
It's a lot of blood coming down his face. Is that from his nose?
I think that's from his nose. There's a lot of blood coming now from the nose of Pavol even. Those uppercuts have been definitely sneaking in, even the ones that are lighter than the ones we've seen.
If that cut get any worse, the referee's definitely going to stop the fight.
Stylish, swaggerish, and a classy first 2 rounds. A smile to top it off from George Mitchell.
Great round. There's a lot of blood on his face. George gave a good round. And if you're online, make sure you share the video, share the links. That was a great round of boxing.
And don't forget also to purchase your tickets for the next Black Box event. The link is on the screen, so be sure to head over and be early. You don't want to miss these events. So far, so good tonight. We've seen some spectacular performances.
It's a jam-packed event tonight.
And let's not forget about the jerk chicken that we still haven't received yet, because we can't go downstairs.
You're making me so hungry with that jerk chicken. Can we get somebody over here to get us some jerk chicken?
Where are they, man? Where's the people at?
Back to the second round.
2 beautiful rounds from Mitchell. Gorgeous, as he would call it.
George is still staying composed, taking his time.
His opponent, Pavol, just looks a little bit out of his depth tonight, as George is just moving with ease, almost sparring.
Yeah, he's
definitely
sparring in the ring. Ooh.
That was a great uppercut, but came from all the way from the ground, and that's a confidence showing there.
Ooh, nice right.
With the glove of Pavol. George is trying to corner him in, so he can let those shots off.
If you was Pavol in this round, what would you change?
It's hard to call that strategy because, you know, he's facing off against a fighter that is unpredictable. First of all, the way George is built, a big guy, tall guy, but then he's also moving fluidly, not only with his feet, but his upper body is coming onto the sides and catching him with the uppercut. And when you're a fighter like Pavol is, you know, up front, stiff and moving forward, you don't really have much answers to that. And that's why I did mention that he's a bit out of his depth tonight. But George has got to do what he's doing already. The stoppage may come, and if it doesn't matter, because he's had 4 brilliant rounds. Well, he will have had 4 brilliant rounds if he keeps performance like this.
He's putting up a great performance tonight, George. Pretty boy George. They call him Pretty Boy?
They call him Georges. Sorry,
Georges.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Oh, George.
Gorgeous George Mitchell. Got his name and the word on his shorts mixed up. You can see it right there. Gorgeous,
yeah, I see
in gold glitter.
Gold. He's shining in the ring. Oh, great.
With those uppercuts, he is definitely shining. This is a successful punch. He's found it about 4 times, and he's found it clean.
He's connecting at ease.
Trying to catch and counter there. Doesn't come off too successfully there for George. Back in the game, though. I think Pavol wants to cut down that distance, really, but again, like I said, it's a hard thing to do when you're fighting such a slick fighter in George Mitchell.
Yeah, Pavol didn't give us really anything yet.
Tough cricket, though. He's taking the shots. He's bleeding, but he's still here, still active. Doesn't look too tired. He's taking some shots as well.
He's taking some tough shots. He was bleeding on the nose.
And the thing about George's uppercuts is they follow through so much because he's...
Is that a cut on the head? Is that a cut on the forehead? Or maybe that's a spear of blood on his head.
Last 10 seconds of this 3rd round. George floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. We've heard that one before.
I would say George got that round again.
For sure, 3-0.
Is there anything Pavol can do? I wonder.
I don't think there is, unless he finds that one big shot, and it would rely on Mitchell being clumsy, silly and lazy, which, to be honest with you,
seem like that's gonna happen
that doesn't
tonight.
look like it's happening tonight. He's on point, he's ready, his focus is sharp, and he's on his way to another victory tonight. Three and 0 as a professional, 3-0 in this fight so far. Can he make it 4 rounds clean and 4 wins as a professional boxer? 4th and final round. Oh, sorry, it's a 6-rounder. That is
a 6 round?
I think that is a 6-rounder. Round 4 here.
Round 4.
We've had loads of 4-rounders tonight, so apologies on my behalf. Six rounds means we see more of George, and that's not something I'm going to be complaining about.
Pavol, he's trying to close the distance, but George is not letting him. He's done with a jab. He's dancing on the feet. He's dancing. He's smiling.
You want to see that in front of you. Pavol trying to find those big shots, but it's almost a shutout. You can't fight against a fighter this confident and skillful. Something's got to give from the heavens for Pavol to win tonight. Some excellent talent. That's a
good
brilliance.
shot by George.
And that was again another a solid jab.
Straight
down the pipe. Yep, straight down the pipe.
George is showboating again.
Pavol is a very, very tough fighter by the looks of it. He's taken many shots, so if George does drop him, I think that will be a very good statement. Pavol has surely experience on his hands, so another shot there. Snap the head back. Moving around with a jab, just having fun in there really now, isn't he, George?
He's enjoying himself right now.
Expressing his emotions via boxing, but he does get caught a little bit there.
So you got to be careful for those, because all it takes is one hit. Pavel's trying to close the distance.
Try closing the distance via switching stance, and that is a very scary game to play if you don't do it fast enough against someone as slick as George. You get caught. Fourth round, and there's a shot
Pavel,
there.
Nice. That was one of his shots. I think that was his first shot, was it?
That was
Clean one.
That was the cleanest shot he's landed so far, all up in the 4th round. It seems a little bit as if
I think George is tired.
He's slowed down. I don't know about tired, but he's definitely slowed down. Compared to the first 3 rounds, he was very active in those 3 rounds. I think he's having a round. But I mean, if you're having a 6-rounder, you know, he gets caught there again. Now this could get interesting.
Trying to take advantage of him slowing down, though.
And he is. He's landed a few good shots, and that is not what you need. And I wonder what his corner's going to say. They're right in the ring straight away. And Pavol puts his hand up in victory.
For that round, would you say he won that round? I think he might have took that round. He
might have nicked it with the bigger shots.
They're ready. We're going into the 5th round.
First time tonight that we've gone into the 5th round in this 6-round contest between George Mitchell and Pavol.
I wonder if Pavel is going to be consistent the way he was the last round.
Interesting to see what happens. It was almost a shutout in the first 3 rounds, but then in that last round, we've seen George get clipped a few times.
Just never know.
Boxing and he gets
Pavol's
caught
him.
He
A
caught
nice
him again.
counter by George.
I wonder if Pavol is going to get confident
He's getting confident.
in that situation where he doesn't have to run back as much, so take a shot to land one.
George is trying to back him up.
But George is a very dangerous man to stand in front of, as we've seen.
Ooh.
Lands a shot there. I'm sure he will be aggravated after that round of getting clipped a few times.
Pavol's a tough opponent. He's taking the shots.
100%. He's definitely a tough opponent tonight, as we've seen thus far. And he's landed a few shots there.
This is not good.
George just took out the tongue. He stuck out the tongue and smiled as if to say, "Okay, mate, keep coming forward." But that is not what you want to do.
Definitely not what you want to do against somebody as dangerous as Pavol. Oh, George got him.
Landed a few sweet shots there. The nose of Pavol doesn't look the best. And George just swiftly finding his shots, finding his...
Pavol's backing him up.
And George gets caught again.
Oh, George.
Oh,
George,
was
nice
that a leg
swing
up?
Shot.
Was that a wobble of the legs?
It was a little bit of wobble.
I tell you what.
Oh.
This man is a very, very tough man, as he's taken many shots. And he's landed so many of his own.
Pavol's coming very aggressive this round.
But the slicker work of George Mitchell may stand out.
Oh, he's tired.
He's definitely tired.
George backing him up.
Interesting to see what happens in the 6th round. George will feel like he's comfortable on the points, but Pavol may feel like he can get that shot off, maybe get that knockout victory, surprise the crowd here in Tolworth.
Pavol's going for it. He's got him against the ropes. George is no longer the aggressor.
It's a matter of the power, though. Does Pavol have that power to knock out Mitchell? He's a smaller one here tonight.
Oh, and a clinch. Mitchell's...
Oh, great little shift of a left hook.
Pavol shook his head like he won more.
He's been getting more for sure in this fight. Into the last 10 seconds.
Oh, George had him backed up. Pavol's trying to retaliate.
End of the 5th.
That was a great round.
It was a fantastic round. Starting to get a little bit more competitive here.
We're going into the final round of the night. This is the longest fight of the night. If you're online right now, make sure you share the link. This is a great night of boxing. We're on to the 6th fight. This is the 6th fight, right?
This is the 5th fight.
Oh, 5th fight.
So we're halfway through. The 6th and final round coming up between George Mitchell and Pavol.
Okay, this is the final round. Pavol's in the middle of the ring waiting for George.
A sign of respect from both fighters.
Great showman for both opponents.
And this one should be a fiery finish. Both will have confidence to get the stoppage, especially George.
Oh,
and he's getting caught a few times. He's got tagged. The fatigue is definitely showing, but he's not phasing that. He's letting those shots off.
Oh, Pavol's caught him. Backing him up. Pavol's keeping his composure, though. He's taking some shots, but he's giving some, too. Ooh. Oh, great body shot. Oh. Pavol's got him on the ropes. This is the wrong time for George to be getting tired. But he's backing him up. George is... Oh, he's showboating again, George.
I think he knows that victory is only moments away. And he has put on a good performance, apart from the last few rounds where he did get caught a few times, but even then, look at this. He's just swiftly moving and finding those gaps and letting those shots off in ease and breeze, and he's holding there a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a bit of sign of fatigue, a bit of
A
shyness.
little tired. Yeah. But I think he got this fight in the bag.
I think he knows that too, hence the movement around the ring. Started off very well, finishing off even stronger. Another uppercut gets through. That's been his most successful punch of the night, hasn't it? The uppercut.
Yeah, definitely was the uppercut. PAVOL's, he's not out yet. He's got more fight in him.
He's telling Mitchell to step forward so they can battle it out in the last moments of this fight. He wants to have a telephone booth fight, but I don't think George will give him that, to be honest.
No, he's definitely not giving him that.
And play him to his game, play him to his own game, and get that victory tonight.
They're on the clinch, they're on the ropes. I think both men are wear out at the end of this fight. They're both a little bit fatigued. It's been a great fight, though.
PAVOL's corner egging him on.
PAVOL's got him on the ropes.
Drifted out there. Last 10 seconds of this round.
George is fighting back.
The crowd enjoyed this one. They're egging both fighters on here.
They're giving it all they got at the end of this round. And that's the end of the fight, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a great fight tonight.
Solid 6-rounder for George Mitchell. Started off extremely strong. Slowed down a little bit towards the end, but still showed a classy finish.
George did a very great job tonight. And PAVOL, he was a tough opponent. He didn't give up. But we're going to take it over to the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee scorecard. Referee Lee scores about 60.
And we're going to hand it over to the judges now.
And your winner,
George took this fight. But PAVOL, he gave up a good fight. But George was just...
Gorgeous George, many congratulations. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good experience. First time I've been to 6 rounds. Only got changed last minute, so we got in there and done the job, so what we had to do.
I think you should be really proud of your performance. I mean, your punch variation was superb. You had his face all over the place at some stage. How do you feel about that? Did you pull off what you had intended to?
It was alright. I ain't that pleased with it. I could have done a lot better, but just get back in the gym, get fitter, get stronger, and then get back in and do what we do.
What did you make of that performance? What did George do well? What do you think he could have improved on for your fifth pro fight?
To be honest with you, for your fourth pro fight, you done really well. You worked your jabs, you was great with the feints. As you coasted in the corner, you were hitting with a shot while you wasn't familiar with a little school uppercut, was it? These are good variations and combinations. Improvement, I don't think it needs to be, but you was right in your zone, you was calm and collected, and that was just good for your 4-5 round, wasn't it?
That guy there, he's only been stopped one time. You know what I mean? So, at this stage of his career, for someone that's only just turned 21 years of age, you know what I mean? He's got a bright future. So, right now, it's about the progression. And those 6 rounds there, that's vital for experience when he goes into those longer rounds later on down the line.
I mean, that's definitely something that stood out to me. I was like, that's a rising star, you know, and to hear you're only 21 and doing what you're doing, you should be very proud of yourself. Dean, any thoughts?
Yeah, do you know what? It looks like this was one of those learning fights. I can see he was a little bit tired in the later round. Sometimes you need to take that leap of faith, and it was good. The man like Dale effects, man like Dale, 2 shout Dale, and Georgie boy, So they've done their thing and they took that leap of faith. So it's good. So he knows where he is. Obviously the guy coming a bit heavy, he coming a bit heavy. So that could be a part. But at least they know where their body's at and what is good for them. As we saw with Canelo, the weight didn't work well with him. Maybe that might have played a small part because the guy's a little bit heavier, so he can take the punches a little bit better. So there's little things. It's always in boxing, you're always learning. At this stage, at the elite level, all the time you're always learning. So this is a great place to be. He had 6 solid rounds, brilliant in the bank, and now he knows raw. I've done it under the lights with loads of people here, and I've done it. So I know when I do it again next time, I'm only going to get better doing this. And when I move on to 8, and he'll only get better. Like he said, he's a young man. He's got a lot of learning to, a lot of growing today. How many fights have you had? 4 fights, 6 rounds already. There's not a lot of boys doing that, mate. So we've got to take our hat off to him.